Good morning, sir. Could you please introduce yourself to the jury and where you're from?
I'm Edward Waldman. I'm a police officer from the city of Chicago.
And where were you born, Mr. Waldman?
I was born, raised in Boston, Massachusetts.
And you say raised that you did all your education out there?
Yes, went to grade school, high school, and police academy.
You went to the police academy in Boston.
Yes.
And what kind of training did you receive while you were at the police academy?
At the police academy, I received a standard law enforcement officer's training, covering a wide range of subjects, but standard officer's training.
And did you also learn about the use of your sidearm?
Yes, that was included in the training.
And did you learn what were the reasons to use it that was permissibly use your sidearm?
To use a firearm, permissible reasons would be only if it was for self-defense or defense of someone else, when there was reasonable belief of the death or serious injury.
All right, thank you. After you graduated from the police academy, how long have you been in the law enforcement, by the way?
I've been in law enforcement since 1970, and
how long in the current city of Chicago?
I've been with the city of Chicago since 1988.
Really, thank you. And what positions have you held while working for the Chicago Police?
Been a patrolman and a warden officer and finally an anti-crime unit.
And can you just briefly describe what exactly you do in the anti-crime unit?
Anti-crime is mostly for criminal investigation, and so we do things often plainclothes, unmarked cars, things of that nature.
And what shift do you work?
Well, most recently, I've worked a number of different shifts, but most recent it was the night shift, which with anti-crime is 10 p.m. to 6 in the morning.
So the night shift, basically.
Yeah.
We're here today because of alleged altercation on December 6, 1986. Let's go back in time a little bit and review that time. How did your shift begin?
That night, I was on duty, and we got a call pretty early in the shift about a burglary that was on.
And did you respond to that call?
Yes. By division of Rockwell, there was a burglary, and we went to there.
And after you reported there, what happened?
We consulted briefly with uniformed officers who were on the scene, and then we proceeded on to look for a burglar who was thought to possibly be on foot in the area.
And so you were looking for him. How did your search occur?
Well, we were in a car. We were driving very slowly, about 5 or 10 miles an hour.
And why were you driving that slowly for?
Well, the burglar was suspected to be on foot, and so we were driving slowly to be able to carefully look at any pedestrians in the area.
All right. Did anything unusual occur while you were on this patrol search?
Well, when we were on Division Street, a car came up behind us acting kind of oddly, sort of swerved out into oncoming lane for traffic. We turned off onto California Avenue, and we didn't see the car again. But the car turned it.
What happened after that?
Well, we were going up California Avenue and turned right onto Evergreen. The car turns up again, a car acting very oddly, and comes up very close behind us. And
so you're on Evergreen at this point?
yes, we're on Evergreen, and car's behind us and he's honking.
Hog his horn. So what did you do at that point?
Well, we were still driving slowly, looking for the possible suspect. And I said to my partner, though, let's pull over, let this guy pass.
And did he pass?
Well, no, he didn't. We pulled over to let him pass, and he pulled up alongside but didn't proceed on. He actually even veered in to keep us from proceeding on.
And then what happened at that point?
Well, he got out of his car and just coming around yelling at us.
Was he coming quickly, slowly?
He was coming fairly quickly. Running.
Oh, really? And then what happened after that?
Well, then my partner, Officer Levy, got out of the car.
Mm-hmm.
And then very soon, the other driver.
Like about how soon?
A matter of seconds.
Okay.
The other driver is come up. I mean, he's still been yelling. And he's on Officer Levy.
So he's physically on.
Yeah,
partner.
he's physically on him.
Then what did you do at that point?
Well, then I began to get out of the car, so I got out of the car, helped my partner.
Okay. And what occurred at that point?
Well, as I was getting out, I looked over the roof of the car, and I saw Ramirez stab Officer Levy.
You actually saw this occur.
Yeah, well, I saw the knife, and I saw, Officer Levy was stabbed.
So what did you do in response to this?
Well, I came around the back of the car.
Did you have your gun pulled out at this point?
Yes, I drew my weapon as I was going around the car.
Right. And what happened after that point when you came around the car?
Well, I was coming around the back of the car going around, and they were coming from the other side and sort of were rolling backwards. They were struggling, and
And the knife was still in play at this point?
Yeah, well, Officer Levy had a grasp of Ramirez's arm, and with the knife, and and they were struggling for that, and so they were rolling towards the back of the car. I was coming around back, so we were going towards each other.
So what happened at that point then?
Well, I saw the knife go up again when they were right at the back of the car, and so I had to protect my partner, and so I pointed my gun at Mr. Ramirez and fired a shot.
You only fired once?
Only fired once.
And what was the result of you shooting him?
Mr. Ramirez dropped to the ground.
And the knife?
I didn't notice what happened to the knife.
Alright. But the end result was that your partner was your partner in any more danger after that?
No, after that, he wasn't in danger.
So what did you do after Mr. Ramirez fell down?
After he fell, I just ran to the car to get the radio and call for help. So I was yelling at the radio, "We need help."
And what happened after that point?
After that point, the help came shortly thereafter. Sergeant and Officer Wheeland, and so they were there, and we took Officer Levy and the plaintiff, Mr. Ramirez, to the hospital.
Can you identify this, Mr. Waldman?
Yeah, that is the knife that we found at the scene.
And it was dark, so you couldn't really see all, but you're sure this is the weapon that Mr. Ramirez had that night?
Yeah. It was that's what Officer Wheeland, he picked it up at the scene.
So he recovered it at the scene of the crime.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thank you. No more questions, Jar.